All right, let's talk about choices. I love to give kids choices in certain circumstances and only when the choices that I offer to these kids are okay with me. So, first rule of giving choices: offer choices that will not make a problem for you or anyone else in the world. You only offer choices that you think are appropriate. In other words, would you like peas or carrots? Would you like to finish watching that television show or go to bed right now? I'm only going to offer that choice if finishing that television show is within the scheme of things that I think are okay. Get that kid to bed on time and all of the other rules that we might think are important for our family. So you only offer choices that are reasonable. You don't say, are you going to eat your food or die? You don't use choices as threats, and something that you can't follow through on shouldn't be a part of your choice. Choices should not be threats in disguise. Choices with young children should usually be limited to just two. Would you like this or this? By the time they get a little older, let's say 10, 12, 14, you might occasionally throw in a third choice. But with young children, you always want to make it simple. You want to wear this dress or this dress. You want to wear this outfit or this outfit. You want to eat this meal or this meal. You want to go to this restaurant or this restaurant. And if they don't decide within a very short amount of time, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, long enough, whatever the circumstances are, not longer than about 10 seconds. When kids hem and haw and try to get you into a big debate or any of that stuff, after about 10 seconds, you say, oh, you don't seem to be able to make a decision tonight. No problem. I'm glad to make it for you. We'll do this. And then that's what you do. You don't go back to choices after that. If you've offered a choice and they weren't able to make it, or they tried to manipulate it, then you get to step in as the parent and make that choice. I also want you to offer choices not in the middle of an argument, not in the middle of a big problem that you're having with your kid. When a kid is melting down, when a kid is tantruming, when a kid is openly defying you, that's not the time for choices. Choices are when things are calm and reasonably good, and kids might be in the thinking, listening, problem-solving state of mind. Let's practice that a little bit. Would you like to do your chore now or later this afternoon? If for some reason you absolutely needed the chore to be done now, you wouldn't offer this choice, would you? But if within the scheme of your family, that was a reasonable opportunity, you could offer that choice. You might even offer a choice like that, like this. Would you like to do your chore now or sometime before dinner? And then what if the kid forgot to do the chore before dinner? Oh, there might be one less table setting on the table. There might be one less place setting, and we'll feed him later. But if we said, would you like to do your chore now or before dinner? If we said it, we'd better be ready to back it up. How about this one? Carrots or peas for dinner? Is that a reasonable choice? Yeah, if you like carrots or peas. Now, if you hate carrots, are you going to offer that choice? So you make sure that whatever choice you offer is something that you like and can live with. Would you like to wear this red shirt or this blue shirt today? I'll always remember, my wife hates it when I tell this story. When Rebecca was 4, we were living in Jackson, Michigan, and I was working in special education in Jackson County Intermediate School District. My wife was working as a teacher part-time in elementary up just north of town. And our routine at that time in the morning was that my wife would get up and she would go in and talk with Rebecca and help her get dressed and help her get cleaned up and ready for her day. And then she had to get off to work, and she had to be to work a little bit earlier than I did. So I had kind of the life of Riley. I got to sleep in a little bit because my wife was getting Rebecca up, and then I got to hang around a little after they went off, and I had 15 minutes of quiet time before I needed to go off to work. I thought it was a great routine in the morning. Well, little did I know it was about to change, because on this particular day, my wife went in and she was trying to get Rebecca a strong-willed child. Do you like those strong-willed kids? She was trying to get Rebecca dressed, and Rebecca was being fussy. No, I don't want to wear that. No, I want to wear that. And at a certain point, I heard the only time I've ever heard these words come out of my wife's mouth. If you don't pick something now, I'm just going to smack you. When I heard those words, my feet hit the floor. I came toddling in to check on how things are going in the other room. She said, this kid, and now it's your job. You get to get up in the morning and get her dressed. My routine had just changed. Well, I kind of liked it because I had a very different view of dressing my beautiful daughter as she went out in the morning. My wife wanted a nice outfit and matching things, and things were supposed to look a certain way. Do you suppose I have slightly lesser standards for these things? Do you suppose I kind of don't care as long as she's warm and dry and reasonably ready to go? I'm okay with almost anything that she might be wearing out the door. And so I would wander into her closet, pick out two things, hold them up, and I'd say, this one or this one. She wouldn't want to decide. I'd decide, okay, this one. But most days she wanted to decide, because kids learn quickly that you're going to grab control whenever you can, and when Dad offers choices, you probably better take them, right? We had, for a couple of years, a wonderful morning routine, with me being the one that would go in and wake up Rebecca and get her ready for her day. How about this one? Would you like to be home by 9:30 or 10 o'clock? Boy, I practiced this one a lot with Molly. When Molly, our baby, our youngest, was growing up, it seemed like all the other kids in the neighborhood kind of did what they wanted. But Molly had some expectations and a curfew and some other kinds of limitations or rules that some of the other kids didn't have. And so when I'd offered her that choice, would you like to be home at 9:30 or 10? Dad, I shouldn't have to have a curfew. None of the other kids have a curfew. And the answer to that is, I know. But in our house, getting be home by 9:30 or 10 o'clock. Which would be better for you? Oh, 10. Most of the time she'd be home by 9:30. But did she like to have that little bit of choice? Did she like to have that little element of control over her own life? And so I ask you, what are some little choices that you could easily offer, share with your children? What are some things that at their age, with whatever special circumstances you have in your family, what are some choices that would be easy for you to offer to your children?